Frisco ISD trustees, place 2, are in ballot order. What we would like for you to do is go ahead and introduce yourself before giving your opening statements. And an opening statement is 1 minute. And Melanie, we'll start with you. There we go. That's the trickiest part of the evening is the microphone, no doubt. The questions, not so much. No.
Right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you to the Chamber for hosting this wonderful event, and to all of you in the audience that showed up tonight, and for those watching at home. Certainly appreciate your attendance. It's time for change in Frisco. I'm just going to dive right in, and it bears repeating. It's time for some change in Frisco. My name is Melanie Barrios-Jones, and I'm running for Frisco ISD Board of Trustees, Place 2. We have a lot of things that we need to focus on in the city of Frisco. And as we talk about things going on in our ISD, you're going to get to know my background. I'm a former financial advisor. I'm a mom. I have a kiddo in high school in Frisco. I love this district with all my heart and soul. But I'll tell you, we've got some unique challenges that we're facing, and we need people with a business mindset, a pragmatic approach. And we're going to have the fortitude and the backbone to stand up and say that these are the things that we need to do to make the changes so that we can continue to strive and be the best district in the state.
Renee?
Okay, is it on?
You got it.
Yes. I'm standing up. Is it lighting me? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Renee Sample, and I'm running for Frisco ISD Board of Trustees, Place 2. If you have been tuned in to Frisco, then you know I am no stranger to serving the city and the district. I have been serving for 15 years. I got started in the PTA at the elementary and middle schools, and then I became a substitute teacher for 10 years, and I did a long-term sub position. I am currently serving. I am currently an FISD mentor. I'm on the Legislative Leadership Committee, and I'm on the Leadership Frisco Advisory Council. My priorities are community engagement, strategic partnership, fiscal transparency, safety and well-being, and enhance our curriculum. Thank you.
All right, let's jump right into the questions. And Renee, we're going to start with you. Frisco ISD is one of several local school districts that's opening enrollment to out-of-district students to address budget shortfalls. What is your stance on this initiative, and how do you foresee it impacting the district?
So my stance is I applaud Frisco ISD for coming up with a creative solution to help the declining enrollment. Access Frisco has had a lot of positive enrollment, but they're not as high as they want to be. It has closed the gap a little bit, but it has not closed the gap. So we're going to have to still make some budget decisions based on the Access Frisco and its success. And each year, they get to be reevaluated for each student. So we'll have to see, because it's a new program for Frisco ISD, if it is successful or not, and evaluate it every year.
Melanie, would you like me to repeat the question?
Please.
Sure. Frisco ISD is one of several school districts opening enrollment to out-of-district students to address budget shortfalls. What is your stance on this initiative, and how do you foresee it impacting the district?
That's a great question. So we were actually asked that question before, and I will say that while I appreciate Frisco ISD trying to think outside of the box, only 300 students enrolled for this program. So while it's going to help a little bit, it's going to be not enough to make up our shortfalls. Additionally, one of my concerns about it is that I don't know that this is going to have longevity, right? It's going to be an easy come, easy go. People can come, they've applied, they're going to try it out for a year, and if they decide they don't love it, then they can go back to their home district, and then we've lost those students, we've not captured that money. I think that Frisco ISD needs to focus more on ways to generate income, right? And we need to do that. Bureaucrats are really great at spending money, but they're not so great on how to make money. And those are the things that we should be focusing on as a board to help the district get some things going in place that can help us generate income so that we're not so reliant on student attendance and enrollment size.
Melanie, we'll start with you for this first answer. Let's turn our attention to the State House. School discipline has been a focus of the 89th legislative session. How do you believe Frisco ISD should respond to proposed changes, and what role do trustees play in balancing student accountability and consistency in disciplinary action? And this is specific to House Bill 6.
Kind of does help to stand up. Those lights are crazy. Okay, so student discipline continues to be a challenge as far as behaviors, and one of the things that we've had in Frisco ISD is lots of bullying and not a lot of student accountability. It's one of the things that I've been focused on. If you know me, you know that my top 3 priorities are fiscal responsibility, school safety, and district transparency. The board needs to make sure that every campus is adhering to the policies that we have in place. And the board needs to also make some new policies, I believe, to increase the strength of those behavior challenges that we're having so that we can manage those children and make sure that we're not having chaos in the classroom. We cannot teach in a chaotic environment if you're a teacher, and we certainly can't learn in a chaotic environment. And I think that every district has its own unique demographics and opportunities, so while the state legislature is trying to do their best to help fortify by making global plans, I think that's a local issue that we need to focus on for us. And we know our kiddos better than anybody, but at the end of the day, we have got to shore up our behavior problems that we have.
Renee, would you like me to repeat the question? Okay. School discipline has been a focus of the 89th legislative session. How do you believe Frisco ISD should respond to proposed changes, and what role do trustees play in balancing student accountability and consistency in disciplinary actions? And this is in relation to House Bill 6.
So for me, I had the opportunity of being on the School Board Leadership Academy Committee. And one of the roles of the school board is only policies and procedures. We're really not over people. 2 things I think we should do: students and policy. Students, in that we need to meet with our students and figure out why they do not want to share anything about bullying. They are afraid for some reason, but we need to get to the students, talk to them, and meet with them where they are and meet their needs. Second, policies. We need to review our anti-bullying policy. Frisco ISD has an anti-bullying policy. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it contains? Do the parents know? Do the students know? We need to reevaluate them and make sure they are relevant.
Just a reminder, I mean, you do have your challenge that you can use during this process. So it's a 30-second challenge, and you can challenge the challenge for 30 seconds as well. Next question, and Renee, we'll start with you. What do you believe is keeping educators from entering the profession and causing current teachers to leave? What specific strategies would you support to address these issues and ensure Frisco ISD continues to attract and retain top quality teachers? Renee?
Okay. I actually was a substitute teacher and a long-term sub, so I got a lot of experience being in the classroom, understanding the teacher's needs and the students' needs, and they are tired. I was amazed at how tired I was every single day when I went home. So 2 things. We need to meet the teachers. We need to find out how we can support them. It's not always about the money. And for teacher retention, who's the best recruiter for teachers? Teachers. When they're happy, they recruit. They express their happiness, they share it, and so that is what brings in new teachers, young and old, and experienced into our district. And they are all good and qualified teachers that are here.
Would you like me to repeat the question? Great. What do you believe is keeping educators from entering the profession and causing current teachers to leave? What specific strategies would you support to address these issues and ensure Frisco ISD continues to attract and retain top quality teachers? You have 1 minute.
we're only as good as our labor force, regardless of the industry, regardless of the company. We can put out the best product when it comes to education in Frisco by having the best teachers. Part of that is their pay, and no teacher ever enters into education looking to make $1 million. They do it because it's a calling. They do it because they love pouring into children, and we want to support that, and we also want to reward that. We want to make sure that they're being paid well. Additionally, again, with behaviors, I think that a lot of young people don't want to go into teaching because they're afraid of what they're hearing on the news about things that are happening in the classroom. It's everywhere. One last thing, in Frisco in particular, it's expensive to live here, and most of our teachers commute in. And one of the ideas that I shared with the instructional support team was to offer a commute incentive for our teachers to help them offset the cost of gas, wear and tear on their car and tires, so that it makes it worth it for them to stay in Frisco and not go to a district that's closer to home.
Okay, it's time for closing statements. You each have 1 minute each, and we'll go in reverse ballot order, which means, Renee, we'll start with you. 1 minute.
As a parent of 4 FISD graduates, I have seen firsthand the impact the district has on young lives, and that is why I have chosen to serve, and I choose to continue to serve. When you vote, don't you want someone who understands Frisco Education Foundation? Someone who has not only been at the district committees, but also understands the board's roles and responsibilities? Someone who has been in the classroom and recognizes the challenges of the teachers and the students? That is me. I am here to advocate for parents, students, teachers, and our community. Let's build tomorrow together, because our students deserve nothing less. Vote for Renee Sample.
Thank you.
1 minute.
I've been a mom for 30 years. I've been volunteering in classrooms for 30 years. I've been on multiple committees inside of Frisco ISD. I'm a member of the business community. I know exactly what's happening inside of our schools. I go to budget meetings. I go to budget workshops. I see everything that's happening inside of Frisco. And I'm telling you right now, we cannot continue to vote for the same thing and the same kind of people that the establishment wants to push on us over and over again and expect different results. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Exactly. If you look at the last 3 elections, we've had 3 Frisco Education Foundation candidates running for school board. What does that tell you? We need diversity of thought, which is what I bring. We need diversity in makeup, which is what I bring. I would be the first Afro-Latina on the school board. I'm a special education parent. I'm on fire for public education because it's a cornerstone of America. If we want to do well and succeed and have our children be that for America, it starts with public education. They compete on a local, a state, a national, and a global level for us. This is why we are here. I am here for every parent, every student, every teacher in Frisco.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you both for being on the ballot. We wish you the best of luck. We will now take a break as we bring up the candidates for Frisco ISD Trustees Place 3.